What's up, family? Welcome back, or welcome. If it's your first time here, this is Domas reporting from still snowy, but already spring, smelling like spring, Lithuania. Don't know if you can hear in the background, but there's birds chirping, making sounds, making noise. It's really been a while since I made one of these videos reflecting on life, just because I've been working on this exhibition and on myself, studying massage therapy and working my job on the weekends. We had to transport the children's room where we work, into another place, and we have way more kids now. Like a lot of them are coming in and making all these sounds that my ears are just not used to. And yeah, I've been thinking a lot about the stpd that I have, the schizotypal personality disorder, and I'm really triggered by sounds. I don't know about you, but I've been thinking like maybe it's the universe telling me to start moving on. You know, I've been getting job offers to work as a massage therapist already, but I'm in a place where I don't need to exchange my jobs to go from one job to another, because I know if I work full-time job doing massages, I will drop dead in like a few days. I think it will be too difficult, but you really don't know until you try. But I think we have this idea to open up a salon, just a little room, like a personal massage therapy room. There's quite a few of these in Druskninka, in my hometown. But there's something about giving your energy, and this is probably the magical thinking of stpd, but I do believe in this. And you give your energy, you transform somebody else's energy and make it into something good. You know, you kind of like take out, as you're doing massage for people that maybe they have like some kind of illnesses, or their bodies are sore because their muscles are tense, and you know, you put your energy into this person and you make them feel better, you know. And there's something about it like that's kind of selfless. When I do, like when we're practicing massages on each other, like different parts of the body, different people, like it's like when you do a massage and somebody tells you, wow, that was really good, that really made me feel better, there's this feeling that comes over that is like kind of, I don't think I felt this ever, you know, apart from recently, when you can see that you made a difference, you made a person feel better. And it's like, yeah, you get money for it. We're not getting paid yet, but we're practicing, but you get money, but it's like, it's not even about that. It's more like, did I do a good job? And when somebody actually tells you that you did a good job, or you're doing a good job, or your hands are like comfortable, like somebody feels comfortable with you, you know, because it's like very intimate, you know, like you're actually putting hands on another person, you know, so they have to trust you. And it's strange because I'm like, it's studying, you call it studying, but you get a massage 3-4 times a week. But sometimes it's good, sometimes it isn't. But it's like you, as I said, I didn't feel this thing before where you kind of like take your time out of your day to make somebody else's day better. And it seems like, what good did I do for myself today? And it's like, I made somebody else's day better. So maybe that's what life is about. You know, not focusing so much on yourself. I don't know, I had a really tough summer mentally last year where I was waiting for this course to start and I didn't know what the hell I was doing and how am I gonna survive, and everything just fell into place somehow. And I met a friend yesterday and we talked a bit with him, and he's not in a very good place mentally and physically, and I was just trying to give him all kinds of like suggestions and advice and kind of like trying to get him to go on a path, you know. And then I realized, like, that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm just supposed to be listening to him, because I was like trying to help, you know. But sometimes you just have to listen to people, you know. And I was just trying to kind of, I do this thing where, I don't know, I feel I'm some kind of like detective. Like I feel the other person. Maybe it's empathy, maybe it's being an empathetic person where you can feel somebody else's pain, but maybe it's not, maybe it's just stpd and my magical thinking. But I feel the other person, and I feel what he needs right now. And I was like asking him about his childhood and trauma, and he opened up about his trauma and how complex it is, you know. And you know, then I said something that I noticed that what he was saying, you know, I was like, yeah, you were protecting yourself as a child from others, not to be attacked and be exposed, but now you're doing it to yourself, you know. So you don't need to have anybody else. You don't need to have anybody else's influence. You're attacking yourself, you know. And he was like, fuck, man, you're right, you know. But if I didn't poke at his trauma, what I was thinking, that where his trauma was lying, which I was wrong. But he said, no, it's more complex. It's like this. Then he told me about how he sees his trauma. And then I was like, wow, I just kind of mirrored him back at him. And he was like, fuck, that's true. I do that, you know. So it's like you're annihilating yourself. And I noticed that in myself, you know. It's like I spend so much time, like sometimes I'm like thinking things to myself, and like I try not to, when I'm painting, I try not to listen to something, because I used to put on like videos. I used to like put on these like interrogation room interviews and just listen in the background, and I don't know why I was doing it. Maybe I wanted to like get to know people's dark side and shadow, and I might still do it, but I noticed that it's taken away my attention. So today when I was painting, I was like, I'm just gonna put on some like very calming music, you know. And I was hearing all these thoughts in my brain, and I was like, this is really interfering with what I want to do, you know, and what I'm doing. Like, how do I get this shit, you know, out of my head, you know? Because I was like feeling really like I'm my own worst enemy. Like I'm destroying myself from the inside. So how do I become my own best friend, you know? And there's another thing that friend said was, Um, what did he say? Oh, fuck, I just remembered and I just forgot. So maybe it wasn't important. Fuck. But it's annoying when that happens. You gotta become your own best friend. And oh yeah, this is what he was saying. It's like you can be the toughest looking motherfucker on the outside. You can be like super macho looking, super like tough fucking dude, but feel super weak on the inside, like be a complete little like baby, you know, and not feel masculine at all, not feel like you got any power. But you can be looking like a complete wimp on the outside, but feel so good inside that you don't care how you look to other people. Like it doesn't affect you, you know? And that really stuck with me. I was like, yeah, it's actually like, you know, sometimes I don't know why I think about like celebrities and shit, and sometimes like they do all kinds of like things that people just don't understand. Like they either put out an album or like dress in a certain way or like do all kinds of weird shit that at first people are shocked. They're shocked and they're like realize that that's the kind of person that person is, and then they get used to it. But at first there's this shock therapy, you know, that happens, this shock factor or moment or whatever, but they feel good on the inside. They don't care. Like they feel so good on the inside that they can be anything they want on the outside. The main thing is how they feel on the inside. And if how you feel on the inside is shit, it doesn't matter how you look on the outside. Like you will feel, you know, like you will feel shit. You can have like $1 million or $1 billion and just feel like a complete bum, you know. Or you can be a complete bum but feel like $1 million on the inside. And you know, it's how you feel on the inside is what matters. So I haven't been doing these videos in the last 2 weeks maybe, and I've been always like looking at my iPad. It's like, you gotta do a video. You gotta do a video. And every time I'm like, no, I don't have shit to say. Like, people don't want to hear this. Like, it's like I started thinking about all these like relationships that I've lost throughout the years, and how stupid I was, and how stupid I was when I was like using drugs or alcohol, you know. And I'm like, why was I doing it? And then another thing comes in, which is like, you were supposed to be doing it, you know. You were supposed to be doing all these mistakes to find out the path that you're on right now. And even the path I'm on right now, it doesn't feel like I'm doing very well for myself. Like, I don't feel like I'm doing something exceptional, but I just look at the results that I have, you know, and I'm like, I'm not doing great, but I'm not doing like shit either, you know. Like, I think how I was in the last months when I was in London, I was like in a living hell in my mind, in my body. I didn't understand what the fuck was going on with me. And now my friend is at that stage, like, he's like 30, 31, and I was like, when I was 31, I just came back to Lithuania and I wasn't feeling good. I was searching for myself. I'm always searching for myself, but I was like super like stressed out. And I think we all go through this like dark night of the soul. And I think that's what happens, and sometimes you feel like it shouldn't be happening. but it's supposed to be happening. You're supposed to burn the old wood. You're supposed to grow the new, leaves out of the tree, the branches and the trunk, and everything is supposed to be refreshed. And there's periods in life, Another thing he said, he was like, yeah, I understand all of this, but my body, it needs to catch up with all of these years that I've like mistreated it. And it's true, like I'm the same with sobriety, like all of these years that I've spent fucking it up. Now I have to spend all of these years being sober in order to just get to the normal stage, So it's hard work, but it's worth it. Because the other side is just darkness. And it's better to be somebody that's bright, There's enough darkness in this world. There's enough greed in this world. There's enough money makers in this world. I mean, making money isn't bad if it's to reach some kind of goal that is good for you and for everyone. I was listening to this, video about Mr. Beast, and when people realize that in order to make more money, they have to give away money. So when you make enough money, and you need to make more money, obviously, because you need to keep growing, because you need, obviously. So you have to give away money. So when you can give away money, you should, but if you're not good yourself, then giving away money isn't gonna help you or the other person. The other person will just get used to the fact that you are stupid enough to be giving away money. He doesn't have that, so if somebody's giving away money, he's gonna take it. But I don't hate the rich. I'm thinking how do I get there so I could help others, And at the same time, if I really wanted to get there, I'd be working harder than I am right now. So maybe that's not the main priority for me. Maybe it should be, but I don't know, I feel kind of good right now. So if you are in a similar place, I think it's about how you feel inside. That's the moral of today's video. It's you can be not looking your best on the outside, but if you feel good on the inside, you're good to go, No bullets can hurt you, no words, no sticks or stones. They can't do shit to you because you're good on the inside. You're good with dying the next moment. You're good with living another 100 years until you're an old fart. Because you're good on the inside. So let's get to that point. Let's appreciate ourselves and what we have. And I need to listen to all of this shit that I'm saying to you guys. But hopefully you have a nice day. And good to talk to you again. I'm not gonna promise to make another video soon, but I feel like it's good to take breaks and enjoy a video when you're doing it. So I'm glad to be speaking to you again. And I'm nearly slipping and falling because see that shit? That's all ice. It's because it's been melting and then freezing and then melting and freezing again. So it's dangerous out here. People are breaking bones and shit, but look how beautiful it is. Blue skies. Anyway, love you guys. Have a great day. Morning, evening, nighttime. And hopefully I'll catch you in the next one. Love you guys. Take care and peace.